Here's what else is happening tonight. We learned this week that the U.S. Supreme Court will take up the case of a University Heights man who is accusing the city of violating his constitutional rights. It stems from a demand by the city that the man get a permit to hold a prayer group in his home. Our CNN New Yorker spoke with him this evening, and she joins us now with the latest on that. Sia, good evening to you.
Good evening, Russ. Daniel Grand is an Orthodox Jewish man who says that city officials improperly interfered with his efforts to host a prayer gathering at his home in University Heights. And after years of legal battles, he's pleased that the nation's highest court will hear his case. Daniel Grand says he never lost faith that this moment would come.
If I want to pray to God in my home, I don't want anybody in between me and my God and my prayer. And if I want to have my friends come over to do that, I feel like that's appropriate.
And now the U.S. Supreme Court will hear his case against the city of University Heights. Grand tells me this all started in 2021 when he emailed members of the Orthodox Jewish community to come and pray in his home on Miramar Boulevard. He says the meeting never happened.
And I got a phone call from the mayor of my town and the law director, and a cease and desist order hand-delivered to my door. And I was ordered by them to not have my prayer meeting. I was forbidden to have one without having a permit.
Grant says he applied for a special use permit, but withdrew it after he realized it would turn his home into a commercial facility. That's when he sued, saying the city's actions violated his First Amendment rights to religious exercise and assembly. However, the case was dismissed by the lower courts, and an appeals court affirmed a lower court ruling in favor of University Heights and officials. But now, the U.S. Supreme Court will decide if Grand is allowed to move forward. His attorney says this is a victory.
The Supreme Court only hears about 50 or so cases a year out of the 10,000 or more people who apply. They punished him through the process, and they exploited a loophole to violate his constitutional rights. And the Supreme Court saw that from above, so to speak, and now Daniel is finally going to get justice.
We want to bring God into the home, not kick him out. And this local administration attempted to try to kick God out of the home. And I'm going to stand up vigorously and defend God's name and bring him into the home where he belongs and into our hearts where he belongs, for everyone, not just the Jewish people. This isn't a Jewish issue. This is an American issue.
I reached out to the University Heights mayor and former mayor and the city's law director, but I have not heard back at the time of this broadcast. Now, the case is expected to be argued during the Supreme Court's upcoming term. A hearing date has not yet been announced. Russ?
Okay, see you, New Yorker, here in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you.